Good morning, folks. Okay, let's check out what's going on here in the shop. We got a new project that came in, so we're going to give you a little sight of it and see what you guys think. So let's go check her out in the far bay. Now you can already see she's hidden away in there. And might I note, this damn wall has been driving me nuts for the 6 or 7 years that I've been in this shop. Well, I'm knocking that son of a bitch down next week. Gonna knock that wall out and that way there. All this shop here. All the way around the full circle. Yeah, go ahead, take a look at the wall, see what you see. What do we see there? See Johnny Cash playing the old guitar over there in the corner. Let me see Johnny Cash. Obviously he wasn't happy with what I just said because he's fingering me. And there we go. Well, anyway, we're going to knock this wall right out of here from this point all the way over to that point. And it's going to open the shop up. That's another 12 feet over there that we need opened up. So, but what do we got hidden away in here? We got a 62 Corvette. This gentleman's had this car for 30 years. He got this car and it was all in pieces. And he's been plugging away on it. And you know what the first thing is he said to me when I went over there and looked at the car? I said, okay, so we're doing a wet sand and a polish and a block and all the 9 yards, right? He said, fuck no, Rick. He goes, I'm not a Corvette man. He goes, I love them cars. He goes, well, I'm going to drive that son of a bitch. He goes, so give it the best damn paint job you can, make it look the best you can. He goes, but I'm driving it. He goes, so don't get overly carried away. So stuff like this will insult some of the Corvette people, but whatever. Okay, as you see underneath the hood, he's just painted it with some trim clad. Well, no, it isn't trim clad. Sorry, I can't remember what he said it was. Maybe it's Rust-Oleum. Anyway, he's painted it shiny black, and he said, I said, so I'll take the hood, clean it up. He said, no, leave it like that. I said, oh, okay. Well, he's got his engine in here. He's got some metal block valve covers on there, and he's put an electric fan down in there. He's put a disc brake conversion kit on this car. Looks like he's got a modern electric wiper motor in there, not the stock one, and that's all fine. This guy's going to have fun with this car, from what I understand. And that's what it's all about. So, but he's been playing with it for 30 years. The wife says, get that car done. Get her done, get her finished. So here it is, it's in with us. So as you can see, now if you're out there, if you're out there looking at this, what do you see here? You see pink putty. Now pink putty was something they used back in the day when you had all the old lacquer paints and that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But nowadays, I mean, if you had some little wee pinholes, some small ones, you can get away with it. But this gentleman, as you can see here, got carried away with it, and it's almost like he's used pink putty, almost like not quite as much as using it as a filler, but he's used it pretty much as a filler, and that's a no-no. Because that shit, even back then, we remember, pink putty, what does it do over time? It may look good for a year or two or something like that, but then it starts to shrivel up, it dries up, and everything starts cracking. So anyone out there, the pink putty situation, stay away from that shit, unless you're building model cars. So there we go. So Bruce is stripping that down. The guy went through all the trouble to do all that work, and Bruce is taking it off of there. Just because if you paint it and something happens later in life, it's going to be our name on it. Even though he's not doing the full, you know, let's strip this car right to the, you know, to the bare nuts. You know, he still, you got to make it look good, right? We're going to respeckle paint inside the trunk area for him, do all the jams, obviously. But the car itself is actually, it's in beautiful shape. And apparently when he got it 30 years ago, he got it for like next to nothing. So, you know, he's got himself a nice little car here. He's got the hard top for it sitting right here. Oh, and then we got, I don't know where the rest of the car is, but it looks like old Burt Reynolds rolled in last night from Smokey and the Bandit, and he said, Buford T. Justice was chasing me. He goes, and I fucked up the front end of my car. He goes, you got to fix this for me real quick. So he brought me the front end, but he didn't bring me the car. I guess it's a trust thing. I guess he's giving it to me one piece at a time, like the song on Johnny Cash went, and he's just going to see if he can trust me to eventually do the whole car. But that's what's going on there. So we've got a nose of a TA sitting here we're working on also. So this is the latest and greatest project. That's what's happening today. Now I don't know if you can see, the gentleman had picked out a color. He's not going a factory color, and I can't even show you in this camera. It's a really, really light metallic blue. Or at least or is it pearl? I can't even tell. He told me the color, and like I said, I don't remember. Anyway, he painted some under with a brush to see if he liked it. He liked it, but it's hard to see there. But anyway, you all know now it's going blue. Very light silvery blue. But fun car, neat car, you know. I'd ride around that sucker. That's kind of cool. And I always like these kind of cars because I love the dual headlights, which you all know because I got a 58 Ford, and that was. I remember I was telling you guys I never thought I'd buy a 58 Ford. They weren't my favorite car, but what sold me on it was the dual headlights. I just love dual headlights. There's something about it. A lot of people hate them. I just think they're awesome. So here's the back panel. Covers up behind your seat there. But that's it. So thanks again all you guys out there for subscribing. Yes, I know you're all wondering what's happening. You're carried away. I am going to be starting on that car. Like I said, I gave myself a 2-year window, unfortunately, because I am supplying all the parts and the labor for nothing. So it takes time when you're a one-man shop operator here. But the t-shirts are in. So we're going to be doing a video here pretty quick, just because I haven't got my lazy ass down there to pick them up. The t-shirts are in, and that's it. So we got a new shirt coming out there on the market for all you guys. Thanks a lot again, guys, for subscribing. Please look at some of the other channels out there. I'm not the only guy out there. I want to give a big shout out to a lot of the guys out there. I'll come up with their names in that. But if you go down and look at the guys that are writing into me, if you're newer guys, there's tons of guys on there that got their own channel, obviously, and they do awesome work. So, again, remember, it's always a good time and old time, and we'll see you next time.